Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Mass Effect 2. In the last episode, we did a couple of side quests involving the Blood Pack and various other things. This episode, it's time for some weird side quests. We've come here to the Calliston Rift, to the Balos system, and we're going to head over to the... Oh, there's a lot of systems here. We are going to head over to the Solveig system. What a great name. Here, there are literally only 2 planets. Wow, technically there's 3 because there's a little moon here. So we'll go onto the main planet first here and scan this bad boy. Surtur, named after the Aztec, bloody hell, Norse kind of devilish creature, Surtur. Kind of hard to describe him. He's just a general embodiment of chaos and nonsense. Anyway, we'll scan here. Following that, our target of interest is the tiny little moon, Sinmara. Surtur's moon Oh, there's a heli-chopper. Surtur's moon Sinmara has been used for many generations to monitor its parent star Solveig. It has no atmosphere to interfere with solar observational equipment, which is critical at this juncture. The star recently showed signs of erupting prematurely into a red giant. In preparation for when the day the critical warning goes out, the X-ray channel from Sinmara's research is given top priority throughout the convoys in the system. The chance of such a signal being received over the sun's magnetic interference at that time is low, but relegating it to a lower channel proved politically untenable. Let's land. Wow, no, let's scan first.
I have found something.
Anomaly detected. Planetary scans indicate that the Sinmara colony is vulnerable to its sun's hazardous solar flares. Malfunction detected in the colony's magnetic shield. Shield must be reactivated to avoid exposing colony to unstable solar radiation and potential annihilation. Now, weird thing about this mission is it's a combatless mission, which is why I didn't get a chance to choose any squad mates. I'm just here on my own. This is a really cool looking thing though, because you've got all these like research stations just kind of hovering in the fog. It reminds me of that level in Halo 3, Halo 2 even, when you're on the gas mine around Threshold, before in a gas mine. It's that kind of thing. God, it just looks so cool. In some ways, like I wish Mass Effect kind of almost played the kind of like classic sci-fi stuff a little bit more of just like seeing cool giant buildings floating and stuff like that, because when it happens, whether it's like on Beckenstein, the planet where we did the heist with Kasumi, or like Ilium, stuff like that, just like looking around, you're like, shit, this is so cool. Doesn't play with it around as much as I'd like. Play around with it as much as I'd like. The next bit of DLC we're going to do has some of the just the coolest scenes ever, and it's so cool. Anyway, we have 3 things here. We have a cooling unit, we have shield generator, and we have shield control. If we try and activate shield control, it says the generator is offline. Wonderful. We have this control switch in the middle. When we hit it, it selects a different device. We'll start with the shield generator, and it says, warning, generator overheating. So we set it over here to the cooling unit, and turn the cooling unit on. With coolant flowing, we can then set the control switch to point to the shield generator, activate the shield generator, and then set the control switch to the shield control, quickly bypass it, and thus we complete one of the shortest missions in the game. Straightforward? Indeed. That is what I mean when I say this episode is going to be weird missions, because the next one is no less weird. So staying within the Calliston Rift, we now need to head over to the left here to the Talava system, which is a great sounding name. There are a lot of good names in Mass Effect. We have 2 planets to scan here. One is this one down here. In case you needed a reminder, the only planets I'm scanning are ones that have missions on them or are rich in resources. I take them down. If they're rich, I will probe them until they're all the way down to moderate. Otherwise, it's just not really worth it. Getting like decent stuff out of a good or moderate planet just isn't really worth the time when you can actually just know which rich ones to focus on. And I obviously do know that because I've researched this game quite extensively. And then our second and main target is this one over to the right. Titus. It does the whitest potassium salts and reddish iron oxides. Titus is far enough away from its parent star to have a tolerable surface temperature. Though it has only a trace atmosphere of carbon dioxide and oxygen, it's still hospitable enough for use by the criminals of the Terminus systems to use it as a staging base. I butchered that sentence pretty hard. Turian patrols sometimes fly through the area looking to preempt jailbreak attempts on Matrum's prisons. I guess that's one of the other planets over there to the left. Travel advisory. Unregistered starships has been spotted in the vicinity of Titus. Civilian travel is not recommended.
Something on our sensors.
And we get our usual anomaly. Surface scans detect one Ymir heavy mech signature matching an unknown, possibly pirate, registration. The mech appear to be broadcasting a Lupin display message. Message does not appear to be a distress signal. Resource scans indicate large quantities of mineral resources available, but obscured behind walls of dense stone. Sorry, it said pirate, and I had to commit at that point. So it does technically let you choose squad mates on this, so I'll take Garrus and Tally, why not? But this is a very short and unusual mission as well, and like the last one, it's basically combat free. You officially do get combat in it. I should at this point remember to switch back to the arc projector from the Firestorm. So the arc projector is just a general purpose good one. There is combat, there's 2 Varren in it, but other than that...
Supply of resources buried deep within the canyon walls. Heavy explosives will be required to excavate them.
So, first off, there's a power cell we can pick up there, and that's not your usual power cells. It's not your heavy ammo ones. It just says power cell at the bottom of the screen. If we read the data pad, I paid Harriet good money for this useless heap of signal error. Detected serious caches of resources on this planet, but memory leak detected. Alright, I said. Sure, the thing leaks fuel like a Volus after a mug of wrinkle, but I can deal with that. So I took off and laid out a trail of paracells leaving from here where I unloaded the mech 2. Bad package, please restart. So I could at least get the thing moving. And now illegal vault detected. Won't even move. Damn, that's swindling Elcor. So, if we slap a power cell in there, piece of signal error, we can get it going again by doing a quick bypass on it. Now, we get the journal updated. Excavate resources. Feed fuel pods to the mech so it can find some of those. Basically, you see it's got power remaining in the bottom right. If we stand back, it falls down again. Let's slap that power cell we found into it, and its power juices up. It'll smash through that wall. And now we proceed along the way. It will just proceed in a linear fashion, and you just occasionally need to pick up power cells and slap them in it. And as such... Future Doctor! Speeder, please! I'm just going to speed through this whole thing. As I say, the only real enemy in it is 2 Varren at one point. There's a lot of waiting around for it to just generally explore ahead of it until you find a power cell, return to it, slap the power cell in it, and rinse and repeat. Keep an eye on the power remaining, but you really can't do anything that badly wrong in this mission anyway. And once you've got it to this point, it kind of does that one little aborted firing attempt, and then does a proper one. And we blast through to a chunk of resources! Oh, and the thing blows itself up. Goodbye, my old friend. Let's grab the resources. We get 5,000 platinum, which is quite a lot. That clearly doesn't look like platinum, that shit's clearly bright green, but... And that's it. This is, you see what I mean when I was like, definitely weird missions this episode. We've got one more to do. So this next mission we're going to do has actually been flagged for us for quite some time. After you get the star chart from Barrier Frontiers, which gives you the Pylos Nebula, you can actually see this mission from the start. It's actually labelled from right when you're out at the old galaxy view. Let's juice up. Oh, ballsack. Indeed, save crashing ship is what we're going to be doing. And in here in orbit around this gas giant is, well, pointing towards the gas giant actually, is the MSV Broken Arrow. Anomaly detected. Scans detect a rapidly decaying derelict ship in orbit over planet Jonas. Registration matches the MSV Broken Arrow. Ship's manifest notes that volatile munitions cargo on board. If left undisturbed, the ship's trajectory will lead to impact with Jonas. High probability the crash site will be Fargo and Jonas's largest human colony. Geth signatures detected on board it. Let's board it. It'll hit the largest colony on the planet below, despite the fact, unless it's on a moon, that colony is that planet is a gas giant. You don't have colonies on gas giants. They don't have a surface. That's a really weird thing about gas giants. When I say they don't have a surface, they literally don't. They are solid in the middle, but they don't have a surface. They're gas on the outside, and then as you kind of go deeper into them, the pressure becomes more and more until they just kind of smoothly transition from being a gas to being a solid. And we don't really know what that's like. That's what at least equations and physics tell us is what's happening, and even our own observations from the outside tell us that's what's going on, but we don't have a good handle on what that means if you were to actually fall into a gas giant like Jupiter or Saturn. Would it just become more solid around you? At what point would you hit it in any meaningful sense? We have no idea. Anyway, we're going to be taking Zaid and Tali, because they're our kind of weirdly good anti-Geth people. Tali is obviously great anti-Geth, but surprisingly so too is Zaid, because he's just...
Collision with the planet's surface is imminent. I am transmitting a countdown to advise you of the time remaining until impact.
Yeah, the thing that makes Zaid good is A, he's hard to kill, and B, disruptor ammo. So let's put him on that. Let's put Tali on hacking as well, she's got it, and me on hacking. Everyone's going to be hacking everyone here. I want to be on disruptor ammo with the old Locust, and we have the captain's log. Stardate. No. I'm moving... So, yellow alert. I'm moving the ship to yellow alert. While we've seen no signs of trouble, I'm not so sure we won't run into Geth this far out. We have to be prepared for everything. I've been told it's a terrible idea to go this far out towards Geth territory, but these colonies need to defend themselves. Sometimes I think the only thing keeping the crew from shriveling up in fear is the 100 crates of military-grade weaponry on board. A little shore leave when we get to the Nyarif system will do us all some good. We have a lot of deliveries to make, and it's not going to get any friendlier here. Red alert! Moving the ship to red alert! The Geth are attacking! We're ill-equipped for an attack of this magnitude, but we'll do everything we can to survive this. These colonies need these weapons, and this attack is further proof of how dire the situation is out here. Signing off. This will be the last entry in this log. Given the severity of the Geth attack, I have ordered all hands to evacuate and head towards the colony. Should the Geth succeed in capturing the ship, they also gain control of the 100 crates of ammunition and weapons and ammunition in the cargo hold. Therefore, I'm using my authorization codes to scuttle the ship, hopefully destroying the Geth that remain aboard. I intend to stay aboard to make sure that the ship dies gracefully. Captain goes down with the ship. My plan is to disable the ship's engines, thus causing our orbit to decay. This will bring the MSV Broken Arrow down towards the surface, where the self-destruct timer will destroy the ship. I must be careful. If I fail, there's no telling where this ship will end up. And indeed, that's what seems to have happened. We've got 6 minutes to do this entire mission, as you can see from that countdown in the bottom right, so let's do this bypass. This is a very messy one up here. And yes, it's mostly Geth here. Oh, bugger! They can really do a number on you. Though 2 of these Geth are now ours, which is nice. Oh, it is good to be fighting synthetics again, just as how ridiculously good we are against synthetics. Worth noting, unlike the husk thing we did last time, these Geth will respawn unlimitedly in the following area. Anyway, we have the ship report here. Navigation, offline. Life support, offline. Engines, offline. To restore power, re-engage the power couplings. So, we've got 2 power couplings that we need to engage. Engine room sealed. Cool. Can we unseal it? There we go. Override. Wonderful. So, in this next room, Geth will spawn above you, and they spawn in waves. You take down one wave, and the next wave will rise to replace them. Hacking is kind of your real friend here. On high difficulties, this one can be really challenging because... well, I'll show you exactly why. Let's grab that Geth over there. Basically, if we can just make a Geth crossfire, we might last pretty long here. So, this power coupling, you have to press A to activate it, and you have to stand next to it until that bar finishes, and you can't move or be hit during that time. On higher difficulties, that can be fucking brutal, and you can just completely get bollocksed. Fortunately, my class is one that can do really well, because we can just go whoop, and just go invisible. Completely ignore the Geth, and they completely ignore us, but interacting with this does not break our invincibility in any way. You can see why I also class this one amongst the weird missions of this episode. Why are my shields gone? Well, that's not good. Oh, my shields, of course, don't regenerate while I'm invisible. Anyway, with the 2 couplings energized, we just then need to restart the engines! Oh god, we need to actually do a bloody thing up here, don't we? But we're safe from the Geth here. They can't see us, and they can't actually get to us. They just shoot on you from that mezzanine. So let's connect that, and then connect the final one. 3 missions done in a relatively short amount of time there.
done it.
And that's it. Stabilized the Broken Arrow, remaining carefully disengaged. The colony is safe. Wonderful. So now we've got a bit of extra time in the episode, so it's time for some cleanup. You're not wrong, Kelly. We have received a shit ton of messages at our private terminal, and so we'll have a crack at a fair few of them. So this first one concludes the last mission. Normandy crew, we retrieved your identity from the docking data aboard the MSV Broken Arrow. We're led to believe that your crew is responsible for saving our colony from a catastrophic event. Not only did you defeat the Geth and present the ship... bollocks. Not only did you defeat the Geth and prevent the ship... Not only did you defeat the Geth and prevent the ship from crashing into our planet in a trajectory that would have destroyed our colony, but you also saved the 100 crates of munitions that would have been lost in the ship's scuttling. Thanks to you, we are safe and can continue the Broken Arrow's work in arming the colonies of the fringe of Geth space. On behalf of the residents of Fargon Colony, you have our eternal gratitude. Next up, from Elizabeth Bainham, this is a callback to the Pharos mission in Mass Effect 1. I heard about what you did on Ilium, and I wanted to thank you for helping out Zoop's Hope one more time. We're surviving, if barely. Most of Exogeny left, but I stayed behind as an attaché to make sure that nothing was left of the Thorian. We don't need that problem again. Also, I'm really sorry that I shot at you. I'm pretty sure that I said that. I just wanted to reiterate it. Good luck, and thanks. Zoop's Hope is alive again because of what you did. Sincerely, Elizabeth Bainham. This next one is a callback to one of the first missions we did in Mass Effect 1, like the first time we got to the Citadel, from Samesh Bhatia. Commander Shepard, Mr. Odina offered to pass on a message for you. I wish to express again my thanks for your assistance in retrieving my wife's body. While nothing can ever banish the pain of losing Nirali, being able to see that her body was treated properly helped me more than you could imagine. I have opened the restaurant that my wife always wished to start back on Earth. Nirali's picture hangs on the wall, and Alliance soldiers eat for free. It is the least I can do to honour the courage with which you and my wife served humanity. Sincerely, Samesh Bhatia. That's a nice little one. This one, another Mass Effect 1 tie-up, the Asari Consort, Shaira, Commander. I thought my gifts of words had been incorrect, an embarrassing notion. My contacts tell me you survive. I am pleased to hear that your journey continues, though I sense you head towards an even deeper darkness. When you fought Saren, only your resolve was tested, but now I fear you cannot rely on your own strength. Take whatever steps you must to ensure that those battling at your side fight with clear minds and glad hearts. Be well, Consort Shaira. So basically, do loyalty missions. Next, time for a bit of spam. Dear Sir or Madam, having consulted with my colleagues at the Citadel, I have the privilege to request for you for your assistance to transfer a large quantity of Prothean technology uncovered at Dylos. Believing these materials to be a hazardous danger, they were locked in quarantine. Even though the tests revealed that the fears were groundless, the quarantine remains in effect until one can pay for a permit to request a reclassification from the Cultural Ministry. Knowing your keen interest in Prothean technology, I would be happy to deliver most of it to your hands, keeping less than half for myself. As a Batarian, I cannot engage in Council official activities, but if you transfer the 220,000 credits to me, this exchange could be made in your name, and I enable us both to profit from this happy accident. Please reply urgently with your credit transfer account information. Best regards, Ganak Elhaj. Spam. And... oh god, how many of these have we got? Fuck, there's a lot of them. Another bit of spam. It could happen to you. This one's a bit shit, and it's really long. Fuck it, let's go for it. Adrel lay in the ocean, dying from Keprel syndrome, and he had a dream. In his dream, the Enkindlers came to him and charted the course of his life. Adrel saw the wakes and eddies, and saw that sometimes the Enkindlers swam alongside him, limbs raking in the water, and other times he was alone. Adrel saw that the times he was alone were always the hardest in his life. He asked the Enkindlers, why was this one abandoned? The Enkindlers answered, their light shining brightly, you were never abandoned. In those difficult times in your life, it was our bodies that bore you through the water. Adrel awoke and found his Keprel syndrome cured. If you follow the light of the Enkindlers, it can happen to you. Where the Enkindlers go, we shall follow, and where their light is the sun, we shall be the stars around them. Send this message to 6 beings of your acquaintance, and your greatest wish shall come true. Wonderful. This next one is from Chloe Michelle, who was the doctor on the Citadel in Mass Effect 1. Dear Commander Shepard, I was relieved to hear that you were alive. I was devastated to hear of the destruction of the Normandy, and those people who didn't make it off in time. Literally just Presley. Oh, and 19 random people. After you went missing and were presumed dead, I feared I'd never see you or Garrus again. You and he did so much help to clean up the wards when you were hunting for Saren. The galaxy needs more people like you, and I'm glad that you're still both here to protect those of us who've grown to depend on both of you. Is Garrus with you again, by any chance? After being so happy to hear of your survival, I wonder if perhaps he might have ended up with you. I left a few messages on his public accounts, but do you know if he's about? But you know how he is about checking his mail, and I don't think the com address I had for him works anymore because he hasn't returned any calls. Always busy on his grand crusades, his great passions that he focuses on them to the exclusion of anything or anyone else. Anyway, if you know where he might be, or I would really love to hear from him, or perhaps you could both come by the next time you're at the Citadel. Thanks, Chloe Michelle. We may just do that, in fact. There's still a fair few here, but we'll handle them a little later. For now, we have a bit of a strange thing to do. We're going to head to somewhere I said we were finished up on, which is technically mostly true. Technically mostly good one. We are going to head to Tuchanka. So here we first have Ratchet's Wares, and there's a few more things that got unlocked here when we beat the Collector ship, the Collector Cruiser mission. We have the Asymmetric Defense Layer, which is a shoulder plate which gives you extra health, and the Shield Harness, which is a chest piece which gives you extra shields. Both very handy. And we've got everything we can from there. Following that, let's head up to Fortak. And here, there's a lot of stuff we can get here, most of which we can't afford. Well, there's three things. There's two for 50,000, one for 75,000, so they're very expensive, even with the discount we got for doing Grunt's loyalty mission. So we can only buy one of them. Biotic damage is probably the most useful to us immediately of those, and the most expensive. So with that, let's head back to the Normandy. I just need to literally come here to buy some shit. So, we're going to finish off with just doing that research. We just unlocked and a few other bits. Shotgun extra rounds. Sure. Doesn't... No, I guess it means my allies need to reload slightly less. And also in prototypes, we have heavy weapon ammo, which is the one we got last episode. And then, where is my... Oh no, I just bought that biotic thing, so I don't even have to actually research it. Wonderful! Let's finish off by continuing to read the rest of my messages. God. This episode, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be checking our email. To Grunt's Commander, from Shaman Urdnot. Damn it, I hate these things, but you need to hear this. You're part of Grunt's Crown, so you're his leader, so keep him alive. Here I have to stay polite, play the role, but our people are dying. Krogan have always valued survival over tradition. If you're going to survive as a people, if we're going to survive as a people, we need your vat-grown Grunt. Okeer was a madman, but he was a madman with a plan, and that's more than most of us have with this ball of rock. So bring him back from your damn mission. My people need it, and if you all get killed, I'll piss on your graves. Shaman Urdnot. That's that guy. So this now, next one is an update regarding Jack's loyalty mission. Commander Shepard, contacting you per Elusive Man's instructions. He believed that you would want to know that he ordered Subject Zero's project shut down before the riot broke out. Cerberus personnel arrived to find all guards dead along with most of the subjects. Any surviving children were treated for injuries, given mild amnesiac treatments, and delivered to Alliance facilities as survivors of Slaver attacks. A few surviving doctors were forcibly retired for their role in the project. Per your report, the facility on Pragia has been destroyed. Now this is from Morden's loyalty mission from that kind of captured Krogan that we met in the hospital. Dear Human, the clan leader told me how to get in touch with you. I don't remember much of what happened, but the chief scout said you pulled my quad out of the fire when I got caught and poisoned over at the Warlock camp. Thanks. Next time I have a chance to kill a human, I won't. Unless I get into a Blood Rage or something. I got to go to the female camp after I recovered and it was pretty good. I was actually thinking of joining the Blood Pack before this happened. I think I'm going to stay here instead. Next, we got this quite a while ago when we acquired Tali from Admiralty Board Migrant Fleet. Commander Shepard, per Talizora Vasnima's request from your included with her data delivery from Haestrom, the Admiralty Board has approved your transfer to her transfer to your command. She has been informed that any additional duties to the Migrant Fleet may still be necessary on occasion, but has been given extended leeway to determine when her mission with you is considered complete. The choice was hers, but as your role as de facto captain during her pilgrimage This choice was hers, but your role as de facto captain during her pilgrimage may have caused her to be more susceptible to your requests. The Admiralty Board trusts that you will treat your new member with the respect due to an honoured member of the fleet. Should any harm come to her due to negligence on your part, this board will take severe and appropriate action. Admiral Rael Zora, Migrant Fleet Admiralty Board. Note the names there. Tali Zora, Rael Zora. It's actually Tali's father, who's one of the admirals on the Quarian Admiralty Board, which we will learn more about hopefully in due time. Ugh, 3 more to go. Still alive. From Detective Anaya. So this is an update on Samara's mission. Greetings, Commander. I'm not completely sure this will get to you, but thanks for helping me deal with Samara. The Eclipse mercs have gotten real quiet around here too, and my superiors have backed off. No idea if the two are related, but hopefully the next time I meet a Justicar, I can give her the respect she deserves. I still can't believe I worked a case with one of them. You're a lucky human. If I find any more data on her target, I'll pass it along. Next. Oh my goodness. So this is an update on the mission with Thane. This was one of the, what's they called, Solarians that was in Nasana Dantius' tower. Greetings, Commander Shepard. The Yara Tassoni gave me your contact information. I was one of the cleaning crew in the Dantius Towers. You helped me get out of there. According to Tassoni, you also helped found Thane. He took down some Eclipse mercs trying to gun us down, and I wondered if you could pass along my thanks. The way he moved, almost dead before they even knew he was there. He snapped another's neck, then shot a third, all in the space of few heartbeats. It was incredible. He moved like a dancer, grace and power and constant motion. Seeing him changed my life, woke me something up in me that I don't fully understand yet. I don't know what I'm going to do, but Solarian lives are too short to waste custodians, especially when there's so much else out there. I'm going to find something that lets me capture what I saw in him, that beauty, that aesthetic perfection. I'm also going to buy some nice clothes. So could you tell him that, or whatever parts of that you think he'd think appropriate? I'd appreciate it. Sincerely, Jared. One more, because that final one we're not going to look at for a while yet. From Robin Reeve. Commander, the Alliance soldier here gave me this information. I hope it reaches you. I think she's on Horizon. You said you were trying to stop those collectors. They took my son and my brother. Have you found them? Do you know where they are? I know you're looking, but so many people are just gone. Every family lost someone. The children are the worst. Empty desks at schools, winter clothes that never got worn. Please. The Alliance isn't doing anything. The Council isn't doing anything. If you can find our people, I'm begging you to do something. Tell me something I can do. Tell me anything. Robin Reeve. Well, that's a kick up the arse to get us doing something. But we're finally all up to date on email, so next episode we are going to be doing something rather different. We're going to be moving on to a loyalty mission. Well, I say rather different. Most of what we're doing from now on will be loyalty missions, but it is going to be loyalty missions next episode and the episodes following that. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you'll join me then. Good day.